Prior to his thumb injury and surgery, John Mateer was the odds-on betting favorite to win the Heisman. But where does he stack up against his SEC peers? We are going to walk through an advanced QB ranking model to understand where Mateer is positioned, highlight his strengths and weaknesses, and determine if he is the QB that can lead the Oklahoma Sooners to their 8th national title. And you'll want to stay till the end to hear how some of Mateer's strengths could be hiding some fatal flaws on the offense that could be exposed once Michael Hawkins trots on the field. But before we continue, if you like Backfield Sooner content, please like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. This report presents an exhaustive data-driven analysis of the SEC quarterback landscape, leveraging a proprietary, multifaceted evaluation model, the Composite Quarterback Score. The methodology moves beyond traditional box score statistics to quantify the underlying process and on-field habits that define a quarterback's true performance level. By synthesizing several data points from Pro Football Focus across 5 distinct pillars of quarterbacking excellence, the model provides a definitive and nuanced hierarchy of the conference's signal callers. The 5 pillars, weighted according to their relative importance in modern high-level football, are efficiency and accuracy, weighted 25%. This measures the fundamental ability to deliver the ball effectively. The second pillar, playmaking and aggressiveness, which is weighted as 20%. This measures the capacity to create explosive, game-changing plays. The third pillar, decision-making and risk management. This is weighted 25%. This highlights the cognitive balance of aggression and ball security. The fourth pillar, poise under pressure, is weighted 20%. This shows the execution when the play breaks down and the pass rush arrives. Lastly, the fifth pillar is pocket management and scheme versatility, which is weighted 10%. This highlights the operational efficiency and style within the offensive structure. This is John Mateer's Composite Quarterback Score and his ranking within the SEC. It tells us something absolutely wild. The numbers show that John Mateer is simultaneously the safest, most disciplined quarterback in the entire SEC and one of the absolute riskiest. He is best in the conference in pocket management, elite in poise under pressure, but dangerously low in decision making. So which one is he? The poised veteran or the reckless gambler? Today we're going inside the numbers to deconstruct the Mateer enigma and figure out if Oklahoma has a secret weapon for the SEC gauntlet. Looking at the first pillar, Mateer's efficiency numbers are solidly in the middle of the pack. His 85.5 PFF passing grade ranks 6th, while his 8.5 yards per attempt ranks 10th. He is a capable and proficient passer. In Pillar 2, he's a moderately aggressive passer with an 8.5 yard average depth of target, which ranks 11th, and a 4.7% big time throw rate, which is ranked 8th. These numbers suggest a quarterback who will take what the defense gives him, but is not an elite creator of explosive plays. In Pillar 3, we can see his risk profile is average. A 2.5% turnover-worthy play rate is ranked 7th in the SEC, and is respectable. But it leads to a big-time throw to turnover-worthy play ratio of 1.75 that ranks 9th. He balances his playmaking and makes mistakes at a league average level. In the fourth pillar, we can see that this is Mateer's strength and his superpower. He earned the highest PFF passing grade under pressure in the SEC with a remarkable 84.1%. He is one of the only quarterbacks whose performance grade improves when pressured. This is paired with a low 8.5% pressure to sack rate, which ranks 4th in the SEC, making him a truly elite operator in chaotic situations. Lastly, in Pillar 5, you can see Mateer is a clean operator, posting the lowest self-created pressure rate at 2.9%. His one notable weakness is a surprisingly low 69.9 PFF grade on play-action passes, which ranks 9th in the SEC, suggesting room for improvement in that core concept. In the SEC, pressure isn't just a possibility, it's the entire defensive philosophy, and when the chaos starts, John Mateer doesn't just survive, he thrives. His poise under pressure score is an 82, which is firmly in the elite tier of the conference. But what does that number actually mean? It means that when a defense gets home, Mateer almost never takes a negative play. His pressure to sack rate is a stunningly low 8.5% rate. To put that in perspective, that's just 4 sacks on 47 pressured snaps. For comparison, Auburn's Jackson Arnold gets sacked on a catastrophic 35% of his pressures. South Carolina's Lenora Sellers goes down 29% of the time. Mateer is in a different stratosphere. And it's not just luck. On those pressured plays, he has 7 scrambles to pick up positive yards and 5 smart throwaways to live for another down. That's 12 plays that could have killed drives, which he turned into neutral or net positive outcomes. But here's the most important number of all. On 36 drop-back pass attempts where he was under pressure, John Mateer has 0 turnover-worthy plays. 0. For most quarterbacks, pressure is a corrupting force. It speeds up their clock, ruins their mechanics, and leads to terrible decisions. But the data suggests that for Mateer, pressure is a purifying force. It seems to strip away the noise, eliminate the overthinking, and forces him to rely on pure elite instinct. When the bullets are flying, his decision-making becomes flawless. That's not just a skill, it's a psychological weapon in a league built on creating panic. If his poise under pressure is elite, his pocket management is a legitimate superpower. This is where he ranks highest in our CQS score. Across 154 dropbacks, analysts have charged Mateer with creating his own pressure just one time. That's it, one. To give you some context, Arkansas's Taylon Green is blamed for over 20% of the pressure he faces because he drifts into sacks or holds the ball too long. This is what makes a quarterback an offensive line's best friend. We know the Sooners' O-line has had leaks. The left tackle alone has been responsible for 14 pressures this season. But even when protection breaks down, Mateer's clean footwork, his internal clock, and his ability to subtly navigate the pocket keeps himself clean. It's why he hasn't been blamed for a single sack this year. He doesn't just benefit from good protection, his presence actively mitigates the damage from bad protection. That's an invaluable asset that boosts the performance of the entire unit. So if Mateer is so good under pressure, why isn't he the consensus best quarterback in the country? Well, because of this. The decision-making score is one of the lowest in the SEC, and it's the heart of the Mateer paradox. Because of all of his biggest mistakes, the forced throws, the interceptions, the turnover-worthy plays, they don't happen when he's under fire. They happen when the pocket is clean. It's bizarre. When he has the ball and all the time in the world, he gets greedy. He'll try to fit a ball into a window that isn't there, he'll trust his arm a little too much. This is a classic gunslinger mentality, and sometimes it creates incredible plays. In fact, his offensive coordinator, Ben Arbuckle, has even said he trusts Mateer to take those chances. But the data shows it's a double-edged sword. His big-time throw to turnover-worthy play ratio is below 1.75, which means for every incredible throw, he's making a potentially game-losing mistake right alongside it. He's giving back almost as much as he's creating. The issue isn't a lack of talent, it's a lack of discretion. He hasn't yet learned when to be a game manager and when to be a playmaker. This leads directly to his other average score, which is in playmaking. While Mateer's incredibly efficient, he's not consistently creative, explosive, field-tilting plays. His average depth of target against the blitz is just 7.5 yards, which is middle of the road in the SEC. And his rate of big-time throws, those tight window dimes 20-plus yards downfield, is modest compared to the conference elites. So what you get is a quarterback who will consistently move the chains, but who isn't going to scare a defense with his arm down the field. He gives you a high floor, but so far that playmaking ceiling has been capped. With all that considered, here's where there may be the biggest concern for the Oklahoma Sooners. John Mateer's strength may be masking this offense's fatal flaw: QB pressure and sacks. Mateer's play is elevated when he's pressured, but that is not the same story we saw from Michael Hawkins Jr. last year. In fact, Hawkins' PFF passing grade dropped nearly 60 points when under pressure versus being kept clean, and dropped nearly 40 points when blitzed versus not blitzed. Hawkins' pressure to sack rate climbed as high as 30% in 2024 and averaged 23.5% in the 2024 season. Comparing that to the low rate of a little over 8% Mateer's put up this season, it could mean that what currently serves as Mateer's superpower could be Hawkins' kryptonite. This looms large with Texas right around the corner, with them boasting one of the best units in the country, especially with the current state of the Sooners' rushing attack. This will prove to be Arbuckle's biggest test yet, to turn a young, talented prospect into a mature, steady force until Mateer returns. Do you think Hawkins will reverse course with a better offensive unit, better coaching staff, and lead this team into Dallas to victory? Or will we see more of the same from the 2024 season? Let me know what you think in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss an upload. Thank you for watching. See you next time.